नमः। सर्वमंगलम्। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिहुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमस्त्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतः नश्रवन्नोतिभिः सिद्धसादनम्। ॐ महागणपतये नमः। ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। 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 वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ॐ ऐंकार ह्रींकार रहस्ययुक्त श्रींकार गुणार्थमहाविभूत्या ओंकार मर्म प्रतिपादिनेभ्यां नमो नमः। श्री गुरु पादुकाभ्याम् उग्रं वीर्यं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्। विद्यानांच मनूनां मनुशंख्यानां च विद्यानाम् उपदेष्टा जयतीतरां श्री नरसिंहानंदनाथ गुरुः श्री बासुरानंदनाथ गुरुः। सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। Welcome to today's session of Sri Vidya Upasana and Vedanta. So far we have done the introduction of Sri Vidya Upasana and the Moola mantras starting from Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim. Om Kayayila Hrim Asakahala Hrim Sakala Hrim. Up to this we have done. And we have done the introduction to Vedanta, the target to be achieved by Sri Vidya Upasana as Tattvamasi Mahavakya, as told by Bhaskaracharya in Varivasya Rahasya reference. So in this way we started and passed many classes, I think 10 classes. And today we will study some part of division as well as some new understanding of Sri Vidya Upasana. At present, you have to do, after your regular pujas, you may have regular pujas in your altar, lighting the lamp, Purvanga pujas, Kuladevata worship, and some other pujas. First, you finish that. After finishing all those things, you alone should be there to do the upasana. You need some solitude. So make your time fully available for upasana. It should be very silent. And all these things, when it will be experienced, only in the early morning, maybe 4:30 or even before that, if possible. Early morning time is very much suitable for upasana. If you want to wake up by 3:30 or 4:30, you have to go to bed by 9 o'clock. You should have good digestion. You should have peaceful mind, not worrying for anything. No stress should be there. That is why in Atma Bodha we studied Kapobhihi Kriyana Papanam Shantanam. You should be a Shantaha. Vitaraginam. How will you attain the peace? Only through control of raga and dvesha, you can attain peace. And you should develop some seekership, that is mumukshutva. And then you are eligible to start the sadhana. That is why people and gurus also used to say, you will achieve whatever you want, whatever may be your abhilasha, you will achieve through Sri Vidya mantra and sadhana. It is true. You try and experience. So many people have experienced. In the past 30 years, I have given this Shastra, Upasana Marga, to so many people only for problem solving. Because the Sri Vidya mantra came to me when I was in total suffering. When I was wandering without any direction, I was blessed to meet my Guru, and the Guru gave the mantra. Next day onwards, everything changed. It is only because of grace of Ishvara, Devi Parashakti Lalita Parameshwari, and the power of Sri Vidya sadhana. So at the first level, Sri Vidya sadhana gives a control for you over the worldly affairs. Don't allow the affairs to control you. Don't allow the transactions to control you. Immediately within 2-3 months, I was able to stabilize myself, and I could see the changes happening within me, in my thought, the grace of Devi, the auspiciousness. One author has written a book called Auspicious Wisdom about this Sri Vidya. He says it is auspicious wisdom, Mangalakaram. How it can be called as Mangalakaram? If there is no dukkha, then it is Mangalakaram. If there is no sorrow, then it is Mangalakaram. People are always used to worry. Always used to worry. What will happen? How I can do this? Nobody is with me. All worries. And fear. What will happen in future? Fear of death, fear of wealth. After gaining the wealth, how to protect the wealth? That is also a fear. And the inbuilt program is anger. We sadhus used to control anger. Anger should not control you. As Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, the boat should be on the water, water should not enter into the boat. Nobody is without anger, but anger should not dominate you. Nobody is without worry, but worry should not dominate you. Nobody is there without fear, but fear should not dominate you. And these three things are related to three kala. We are sorrowful, worrying, thinking the past. We are afraid of the future. We are angry at present. So worry is related with past, fear is related with future, anger rules the present. We lose all the three times. Keeping this aside, past can be taken as lesson. Whatever happened in the past to be considered as lesson. As if in the computer you don't delete the old files, you cannot find space for new files. Like that, you have to delete the old files, files of hurt, files of insultations, files of want, files of scarcity, files of depression, all those things to be destroyed. How you can destroy? I will tell you. And regarding the future, fear. Regarding the future, fear. About the present, angry. You are angry. And easily you can make others to get angry. All these three things are based on ego. If I get angry, it is also based on my ego. When it comes to Guru should be allowed to be egoistic. Guru's ego also will do good for us. Let the Guru be egoistic. If he has ego, only he will come for teaching. If he wants to shrink or reduce his ego, he will not come for teaching. But our ego is not like that. Our ego is because of ignorance, ajnana. So ego is the basic bedrock for all these three emotional attitudes. So first, you have to work on your ego. I am attending Sri Vidya classes. That itself is an ego. I have been initiated with Sri Vidya. I have been doing Lalita Sasnama for the past 10 years. Then that is also ego. Projection. If you want to learn anything, Vidya will come through only Vinaya. Vinayam is humility. Vidya is knowledge. Knowledge will come through only humility. No guru will encourage an egoistic student. He will search for some humility. Humility makes the person soft and cultivated. Then the guru will sow some seeds of knowledge in the cultivated land like mind of the student. If we project ego on guru, we are the losers. Guru is not the loser. Simple, very simple it is. My problem is due to my ego. For accepting this also you have to work on ego. No, I don't have ego. That is also ego. No, I am very humble. I am very poor. How I can have ego? That is also ego. Ego can produce either superiority complex or inferiority complex. Inferiority complex also ego. Both are not you. Then who are you? I am full and complete is the answer. But I feel depressed. I feel suppressed. I feel low. When I compare with others, I feel low. This is the fundamental problem. Sri Vidya attends this fundamental problem. So with this introduction, the purpose of doing sadhana is to cultivate ourselves. Culture, to become eligible for learning Shastra, is Upasana. As I tell every day, Upasana is the advanced level of Bhakti. So Bhakti is the beginning. Sharia, Kriya, Yoga, Jnana are the 4 steps. So Bhakti comes under Sharia and Kriya. Sharia is the activity using the Sharira. Kriya is mantra. Yoga is physical control as well as mental control, which we call in Sadhana Chatushtayam Shatka Sampattihi as Shama, Shamaha, Damaha. Shamaha is mind control. Damaha is restraining of external organs. So work on your ego. That is the very first self-analysis. Swaya Pariksha. Vichara. This Vichara is essential for the Sri Vidya sadhakas. And after gaining some powers, definitely this japa will give some powers. And then also we should have control over that. And we should not deviate from dharma. Dharma is the mission. Vedanta is the vision. So based on this vision and mission, we continue our learning today also with more information. Shri Lalita Parameshwari, Shri Mahameru, Shri Yantra, and the one-dimensional reflected consciousness Jiva. What is not shown here is consciousness which supports all these. Consciousness manifests as Devi Lalita Parameshwari, who is Saguna Brahman as well as Nirguna Brahman. Saguna Brahman means with attributes. Nirguna Brahma means without any attributes, Nirgunam. What we see is the four-dimensional image of Devi. This is what the Avahana mantra of Lalita Sahasranama says. Sindharuna Vigraham Trinayana Manikamauli Prate Tara Nayaka Shekaram Smitamuki Mahapina Vakshoruham Apina Vakshoruham. All those Varnana are about the appearance of physical appearance. And this is the three-dimensional Mahameru. The three-dimensional Mahameru is the representation of Devi. Actually speaking, for Lalita Parameshwari, you will not find more temples in and around India or anywhere in the world, very few. Because this sadhana gives less importance for idol worship. Pradika Bimba Puja is Mahameru. So Mahameru is the symbolic representation of the Devi, who is the Prakriti, who is the nature, who is the Jagat, who is the form of Jagat. And from the same Mahameru can be seen from the top. If you go to the top and see from the top with bird's eye view, with the bird's eye view from here, then you will get this image. Now you are seeing the same Mahameru from the top. That is the two-dimensional image. You take a flight and go above this temple, and now you are seeing from here. Then you are seeing the two-dimensional picture. Nothing is two-dimensional. But it is an illusionary appearance. When you see from the top, you get the Sri Yantra. And all those things you are meditating within yourselves. And when you meditate upon the Sri Yantra, you will understand that this is having 9 triangles. One, two, three, four, 5. 5 triangles you are seeing now. Now you are seeing a very clear picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 triangles looking downwards. 4 triangles, 1, 2, 3, 4, looking upwards. So you see the central line only. You see only the central line. You see only the central line. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 43 triangles in this chakra. Out of that, 5 downward triangles are important. 4 upward triangles are important. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 triangles are very, very important. That is why Abhirama Bhatta says, Olidindra Konangal Onbadum Mevi Olirbavale. Olidindra Konangal Onbadum Mevi Olirbavale. It means that these 9 chakras, these konas, Navakonas are very important. What is the significance? The whole Jagat is called Samuchayam. Samuchayam means mixture. Mixture of what? Mixture of Shiva and Shakti. Shiva is Ishvara. Shakti is Maya. The whole Jagat is the mixture of Ishvara and Maya. So these 5 triangles are Maya triangles or Shakti triangles. And these 4 are Shiva triangles or Ishvara triangles. Shiva triangles, Shiva Kona. These are Shiva Konaha. These 5 are Shakti Kona. 5 plus 4, 9 Konas. This is very important. It is said, one who doesn't know this is not considered as an Upasaka, even he has done millions of japa. What is this? This is nothing but an understanding of Jagat Karanam Ishvara. Ishvara is the Jagat Karanam. But Ishvara never takes part in any activity. Ishvara is the force behind. All activities are done by Maya Shakti. Maya Shakti is called Saguna Brahman. Nirguna Brahman is Ishvara Swarupam, Swarupa Lakshanam. So when you work on these chakras, then your ego will start coming down. The ego projection will come down. As I showed you in the previous class in video, you have to overlap your fingers and keep in the lower abdomen and concentrate the Mooladhara chakra and chant Aim. When you chant Aim, there is a matra, 3 matras. Matra means 1, 2, 3 Kala Parimana. So this Kala Parimana is very difficult to maintain unless you have the right practice, so that you can add Om, Aim, Om. When you add Om, Aim, Om, then this is balanced. Om, Aim, Om, Om, Aim, Om, Om, Aim, Om 3 times in Mooladhara chakra. And Om, Hrim, Om 3 times in Swadhisthana chakra. Om, Shrim, Om in Manipura chakra. I repeat, 3 times Om, Aim, Om in Mooladhara chakra. 3 times Om, Hrim, Om in Swadhisthana chakra. And 3 times Om, Shrim, Om in Manipura chakra. And Manipura chakra is on the navel. Here this depiction is slightly different, but you have to understand that Mooladhara chakra you can concentrate in the lower abdomen, as though it is identified in the lost coccygeal region of the backbone. Then above that Swadhisthana, and above that on navel the Manipura chakra. Navel is the Manipura chakra. The picture slight difference is seen. Don't mind it. Never mind. But Manipura chakra is on the navel. For this there is a reason. Anahata chakra is heart chakra. Om Aim Om. Vishuddhi chakra is the throat chakra, which is called Vishuddha, which purifies everything. And Om Hrim Om is the mantra. And in between eyebrows, Om Shrim Om. And over the, just above the head, what we do in every class, Guru Peetam. We visualize the Guru Paduka, Guru sandals of Guru. Paduka is visualized here. We chant Om Aim Om. Then just above that Gayatri Peetam. So these two chakras are very important to purify the Ahankara, and the Guru Peetam purifies the Ahankara, and this Gayatri Peetam purifies the illusion. The illusion in Maya, in individual level is Avidya, the collective level is Maya. Maya and Avidya are one, which has two power, which is Vikshepa and Avarana. These are all inner Avaranas only. And finally, above to the top, Sri Vidya Peetam. So you are raising your concentration. Now you are concentrating in the Mooladhara Chakra. How can you concentrate? Take a long breath. As if you are going through the breath in lower abdomen in Mooladhara Chakra, your breathing will reach the Mooladhara Chakra. Not the air, but prana will go to Mooladhara Chakra. Symbolically, you are inhaling. When you are inhaling and slowly exhaling, then you are thinking the Mooladhara Chakra. And then raise the hand level to Swadhisthana Chakra. Again, inhale, visualize Swadhisthana Chakra. Slowly exhale and chant Hri. Hri means Om Bhim. Om. And then Manipura Chakra, when you reach with your hand position to Manipura Chakra, you again inhale and feel at navel level. Then you chant Om Shreem Om. Now I have explained 3 chakras. Now itself I will give some more points on these 3 chakras. All our nervous systems are connected with the coccygeal region at the Mooladhara Chakra. All nervous systems are connected. So the whole body, the body feeling, the attachment to the body, firm attachment to this earth is the root chakra. That is why the root is called root chakra in English. Moolam means root only. Moolam, vriksha moolam. Vata vriksha moolam. We come across moolam shabda, moola shabda to indicate the root. It is called root chakra. Then there, the thought form is very much selfish, very much childish. Attachment is in Mooladhara Chakra only, root. And after that, Swadhisthana Chakra has the connectivity with the reproductive organs, the sexual feelings, which is quite nature for human beings, is controlled by the Swadhisthana Chakra. Manipuraka Chakra has the connectivity with our ancestors, parampara, pitru, with our pitru. Our forefathers, grandfather, father, mother, are connected with Manipura Chakra. All those ancestors, they don't go simply, they give their DNA, RNA to us, and we get whatever they have, they were having. Means what? Whether they give property or not, our ancestors will transfer their hereditary diseases like diabetes, BP, cancer, or cardiac issues. All are given. All are transferred through DNAs. Now you understand whether our Pitrus are in Pitraloka or not, they are in our body only. Sometimes we resemble our parents by activity, by voice, by gestures, by thinking. Why it is? We are all genetically connected with our forefathers. So these gene characters are connected with Manipuraka Chakra. Mooladhara Chakra is greater than Manipura Chakra because it is connected with our past birth. It is closely connected with our Karana Sharira. Karana Sharira means which is the reason for the birth of this body. That Karana Sharira is closely attached with Mooladhara Chakra, and it has 4 petals. When I showed in the previous classes, I showed Mooladhara Chakra. This Mooladhara Chakra has 4 petals. Out of these 3, Vam, Sham, Sham, Sam. Sam, Vam, Sham, Sham. 4 letters are there. Sam, Vam, Sham, Sham. These 3, Vam, Sham, Sham, are having the programs what to be done. How we are unfolding our karma is programmed in these 3 chakras. What I have done in the past, why I don't get what I want, why I am suffering, why I make others suffer, why I am irritated, why I am depressed, all these are connected with this Mooladhara Chakra. And this is the ego chakra also, which will connect with Anahata Chakra to expose the ego, to express the ego. So this is the chakra of attachment, Raga. And this sum is there. This sum is having all our past karmic memories, vasana, samskara, are all loaded in this, in a zipped file. If you unzip the sum, you can unzip all your millions, papa, punya, everything is written there. There is a file for Chitragupta. You know who is Chitragupta? Chitragupta is a deva who helps the Yamaraja. So he knows what is the record of this jiva. Swamiji, in this birth, I have not done any harm to any ant also. Even ant, I will not kill. Even a mosquito, I will not kill. I will only clap towards mosquitoes. That is not real. We are trying to kill the mosquito. They wisely escape, then we will be clapping. It is because of your Purva Janma Papa. What? Not mosquito. All the sufferings of ourselves in this birth. Why this happens? For every moment, it is predetermined, it is pre-programmed. You and me are meeting thousands and thousands of miles away. You are there. I am here. Some people are watching from USA. Some people are watching from Delhi. Some people are watching from other countries, miles away. But we are connected. Why? That is the bandham. All those things are programmed in this sum. So Mooladhara Chakra is very important for us. So I have dealt with 3 chakras, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipuraka. Out of that, Mooladhara Chakra is the chakra of attachment. It is the grounding chakra. Some people lose their mind because the weakness in Mooladhara Chakra. Blockage will lead to worry and feeling of uneasiness. When it is energized, stability will come, feeling of security will come, and nervous related issues will get cured. More regarding this health aspects we will think later. Now you understand this is the base for ego. Anahata Chakra is the expression of ego. Mooladhara Chakra is the base for ego. Mooladhara Chakra has the memory of all our past life, and the Sanchita Karma is kept in Mooladhara Chakra, and the Prarabdha Karma is programmed in the Mooladhara Chakra, and the Agami Karma which is going to come is also programmed. Karma is related with our action. Karma and the result, Papa, Punya are the results are related with our actions, is connected with Mooladhara Chakra. How to balance it? That is why we give Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Without knowing all these things also, if you chant Om Ganganapataye Namaha, it will vibrate Mooladhara Chakra. No, I don't know these mantras and all. I can only go to a Ganesha temple and I can do Kottu and Topukaranam, only that. What you call super brain yoga. You know what is super brain yoga? Is Topukaranam. When you do this in front of Ganesha, your Mooladhara Chakra is activated. Well kept in right aspect. So in Bhakti also Mooladhara Chakra is related with Mahaganapati, Ganapati Devata. Ganapati is the Adi Devata for this chakra, and it has past birth memory, and it has the programs of Sanchita Karma, which is the deposited karma, and Prarabdha Karma, which is unfolding now, and what I am going to take for my future birth is also kept in Mooladhara Chakra, very, very important chakra, which is in the lower portion of the backbone. Then we were talking about Swadhisthana Chakra. Swadhisthana Chakra is also called as sacral chakra, which is very important for reproduction, procreation. The procreative fluids are related with Swadhisthana Chakra, and the attitude, behavior are all related with Swadhisthana Chakra. The creativity, artistic nature is in Swadhisthana Chakra. Now you can understand the petals. What are called as petals? Only the mantra bijas. We will study these mantra bijas, we will study. And this Manipura Chakra is having 10 petals. 4 petals Muladhara, 6 petals Swadhisthana, 10 petals Manipuraka. Brahma, Brahmaji and Saraswati are the Ati Devatas for Swadhisthana Chakra. The creator Brahma and the goddess of knowledge Saraswati, both are the Ati Devatas of Swadhisthana Chakra. Manipuraka Chakra, Lakshmi and Narayana, Mahavishnu, are the Ati Devatas for Manipuraka Chakra. It is related with wealth, any ability, clear intentions, obtaining your wishes fulfilled. All are related with Manipura Chakra. I also told your ancestral karma. You know, every jiva is suffering due to 2 karmas. One karma is from his own past and another karma which comes through the parents. That is why we do Pitr Tarpana. Tarpana, the word comes from Tripti. We are satisfying our Pitrus. So we give Pitr Tarpanam because we are also connected with them. We have burnt their bodies, but we live with their bodies. So they are with us only. Most of the people, they don't realize this. Why to give Pitru Tarpanam and all in this modern age? They think they don't give respect for their ancestors. So ancestral worship is related with Manipuraka Chakra. In view of time, I stop here, and in forthcoming classes, I will explain more significant factors regarding other chakras. Today, let us go to a Kavacha Dhyana. This I have taught in Lalita Sahasranama class, but many newcomers are there in this class, so I repeat it. So this is a 6-pointed star. Now you are going to do this Kavacham on you. So to your right side, you chant Aim. You sit in meditative posture and keep Chin Mudra in hands. To your inner palm, you chant Aim here. Your inner palm, you should chant Aim here in your right side. Then you take an imaginary line and go to the left hand, and there you chant Hreem. Don't move your hands, you have to do it mentally. Then connect that imaginary line to your Agnya Chakra in between eyebrows and chant Shreem. Then complete the upward triangle. What is upward triangle? Do you remember? Shiva triangle. Then Aim in the right shoulder, take an imaginary line to the left shoulder and chant Hreem in the left shoulder and bring down the imaginary line so as to form an inverted triangle. What is inverted triangle? Shakti triangle. And end with Muladhara Chakra and chant Shreem and complete the chakra with the imaginary line which connects your left shoulder. So right side, always Aim comes in right side. The picture you may see in the left side, but to your right side you have to do. And then after completing the upward triangle formation and the inner triangle, inverted triangle formation, you chant Om in Anahata Heart Chakra. Now visualize that you are in this star. Now visualize that you are sitting in this star. You are sitting inside this star. Visualize that you are within this star. I'm trying to bring the human figure so that you will understand clearly. So nothing is impossible. Everything is possible with the grace of Devi. Visualize that you are within. Now this is the position. You have visualized I am to your right hand and taken a line to left hand and centered him, and you have connected this triangle upward, and in Agnya Chakra you have chanted him. This is Agnya Chakra. This is within you. Then right shoulder Ain, left shoulder Him, again Mooladhara Chakra Shri. Now inverted triangle. Two triangles of upward triangle, inverted triangle are joined together to form 6-pointed star. Then chant Om in the heart chakra. Visualize that this chakra is over and above you. Visualize that this chakra protects you. What is this chakra? 6-pointed Shatkona. Shatkona. And chant Om from Anahata chakra. So now you are within the coverage of, the protection of Aim Hrim Shrim mantra. In the same way, Stala Shuddhi, after Stala Shuddhi, Stala Kavacham, Stala Bandhanam. Also we will do with Aim Hrim Shrim the next class. I hope this will be very useful for you, because always we get some negative energies from outside, like drishti, evil thoughts, bacteria, viruses and germs. This will protect from all negative energies, whether it is in physical form or in subtle form or in thought form. It will protect you. So every day before starting all pujas, after lighting the lamp, see, lighting the lamp is the first procedure you have to do in your altar. As soon as lighting the lamp is over, then you start doing Kavacha Dhyana for you. Then you can continue all your pujas and continue the Sri Vidya Upasana. So what is the syllabus we have covered today? Kavacha Dhyana. After making the Kavacham, you can start chanting Om Aim Om from Mooladhara Chakra and end in the 10th chakra. So if you have understood this, you can start practicing this. And today we will be posting the video and the audio for your practice. Listening to the audio also, you can do the practice. I hope this is more than enough for one more day, and let us conclude the session. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sarvamangala. Om. Om Shakti Shiva Shakti. Dhanyavadaha.